Pam Bondi was accused of stealing someone's dog after a hurricane. Well, the Republicans have one person that's killed a dog. I guess they need another one that had dog-napped one. Today, Matt Gaetz decided, you know what? It's time to pull out. And like most guys like Matt Gaetz, he pulled out a little too late, because it turns out there are numerous photos, allegedly, of Matt Gaetz along with the women that have accused him of paying them for sex, allegedly. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that today and about Pam Bondi, who is the next contestant up for the Attorney General of America. So what we have here is a CNN news article that says, House has numerous photos from women who say they were paid a total of more than $10,000 by Gaetz for sex. Now, it says 2 women who claimed they were paid for sex by former Rep. Matt Gaetz provided House ethics investigators with numerous photos related to time they spent with the Florida Republican. A lawyer for the women said Tuesday, including from an alleged 2019 trip to New York. The women said they were paid by the former congressman for sex on that trip, during which they also joined Gaetz at a Fox News studio while he filmed a TV appearance. Their attorney Joel Leppard told CNN's Aaron Burnett on Out Front, Gaetz allegedly covered the women's travel costs as well. The women additionally provided the House Ethics Committee with selfies Gaetz is said to have sent them. They also testified that they sent nude photos to Gaetz. House investigators, according to the lawyer, asked the 2 women about records they had obtained showing payments largely transmitted electronically, allegedly made to them by Gaetz. Leppard said the record showed one of his clients was paid more than $6,000 by the congressman and the other more than $4,000. So I want you guys to go ahead and take a look at this clip where Leppard, the lawyer for these 2 clients, talks a little bit about the age of the girl that Matt Gaetz allegedly slept with.
So there was a separate DOJ probe into Gaetz, which included many allegations, right? But the DOJ probe looked specifically into allegations that Gaetz had sex with a 17-year-old girl, violating, they say, allegedly violating sex trafficking laws in terms of transporting this girl to travel with him. Do you happen to know if that girl that the DOJ was probing is the same girl as the 17-year-old girl that your client saw Gaetz having sex with?
Yes, that's the same person in question. She testified. She's intimate with all the facts that took place, but that is the same individual. And she did testify as to the DOJ investigation to the House.
He was interviewed by Tucker Carlson, who asked him about the 17-year-old. Let me just play that for you, Joel.
Sure.
They're saying there is a 17-year-old girl who you had a relationship with. Is that true? And who are they? Who is this girl? What are they talking about, the New York Times?
The person doesn't exist. I have not had a relationship with a 17-year-old. That is totally false.
It looks like Matt Gaetz has learned a lot from Donald Trump. The I don't know them, they don't exist excuse is straight out of the Donald Trump playbook. It does seem like the fastest way to get a nomination to Donald Trump's administration, whether it be the Secretary of Education, the Secretary of Defense, or the Attorney General of America, is to have some sort of sexual assault allegation against you. And though it seemed that it was very disappointing to Donald Trump that Matt Gaetz was unable to finish, which is the type of disappointment that I am sure that Matt Gaetz is well acquainted with, I wanted to show you a clip from these 2 Christian national gentlemen that also are going to be very disappointed in Matt Gaetz not being able to accomplish the task.
I want him for Attorney General. I want him. I believe he's God's choice. And if there's some mealy-mouthed preacher out there that just got offended by what I just said, let me allay your fears. I'm going to double down. I want him. I want Matt Gaetz. I want him for Attorney General. He will clean house. And he's got enough industrial strength cleaners to do it. And we need him. Todd, go ahead.
That's right. I've met Matt Gaetz. We were down at Mar-a-Lago. I had a nice conversation with him for a short period of time. Very smart, articulate young man. Definitely is the same guy off the camera that he is on the camera. I think he's got a real heart for this country. And you know what? These are the types of lions that God is bringing in right now.
Look, it is strange enough that you have to assure us all that Matt Gaetz is the same person on the camera as off the camera. But do we really need to get into what types of industrial strength cleaners Matt Gaetz can get his hands on? These people continue to use religion as a shield against the accusations and allegations that are made against almost every single one of their candidates. And I don't know about you, but it seems to me like God apparently gets a lot of these Republican picks wrong, which is really strange for an omnipotent being. But as is usual within the new MAGA Republican Party, not everybody agreed with these two gentlemen, and one mealy-mouthed preacher had something to say about it. Check out this clip.
Donald Trump won the election. It's a new day. We have hope in America. He's actually nominated some incredible individuals to serve in his cabinet. I don't believe Matt Gaetz should be one of those. Professionally, he has 26 years of legal experience. That's not enough to serve as the Attorney General. He doesn't even know his way around the courtroom. But morally, I think he's also disqualified. There's so many allegations and very serious by eyewitnesses, by text messages, by cell phones, where he was at sex parties. The question is, would he actually even enforce laws involving human trafficking? He's already voted as the lone Republican against an anti-human trafficking law. And so consequently, I think that President Donald Trump, he should do Donald Trump and the rest of the nation a favor, withdraw his name so that Donald Trump can put someone there who's really qualified.
Well, good news for that guy. It seems like God was listening and he encouraged Matt Gaetz to pull out. But now Donald Trump has picked a new person. Pam Bondi is a lawyer that had worked for Donald Trump in his impeachment, as well as a person with some scandals of her own. Now, Pam doesn't have any pending sexual assault allegations, but she has some other rather strange things that she has definitely done in her time. First off, she has the rather run-of-the-mill, she got bribed by Donald Trump. It says here, in 2016, news emerged that Trump paid a $2,500 fine because his foundation improperly donated $25,000 to Bondi's political election committee in 2013 before her office opted not to pursue a fraud investigation into Trump's university. Trump eventually paid $25 million to settle fraud complaints against the now-defunct university. Bondi said she was unaware of Trump University complaints at the time and that the contribution had nothing to do with her office's decision not to pursue the case. Trump has said he admired Bondi for never backing away from him amid the controversy. You don't say. Donald Trump does indeed enjoy a woman that will not back away from him. In what could be considered another strange situation, it says here, Bondi was involved in a custody battle with Hurricane Katrina victims over a St. Bernard she adopted in 2005 after the dog was separated from his family during the storm. The family had been trying to find the dog and Bondi refused to return him. She accused the family of neglecting the animal, an allegation they denied. The family sued and the dispute lasted 16 months until the two sides settled before trial. Bondi returned the dog to the family with food and medication. Well, the Republicans have one person that's killed a dog. I guess they need another one that had dog-napped one. And finally, or maybe finally, Pam Bondi also delayed the execution of a person so that way she could attend her fundraiser. It says here, Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi has pretty much admitted she values money more than justice. Bondi has come under fire for postponing the execution of a cold-blooded killer and rapist who committed ghastly crimes in Miami-Dade so that she could instead attend a lavish fundraiser meant to kick off her re-election campaign. Look, guys, the best that we can ask for in this administration is a person that maybe dog-napped somebody that put off the execution of an alleged murderer and rapist so they could attend their fundraiser, and maybe just somebody also that took a bribe from Trump. So, this is apparently the best that we're going to get. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that Pam Bondi is going to be a better AG than Matt Gaetz? Or do we go for a third try and try the whole third time's a charm with Donald Trump? Because at this point, I don't know who he would pick, but I'm going to guess that it might be Lauren Boebert. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so now. And remember, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I hope to see you next time.